Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli.
Watch the greenbacks tumble.
Class, just as we were going on the air, I said to Justin, are you sure you want to do this? Everyone all set? Cocked? Locked? Your dial set correctly to USAPrepares.com. We're delighted you're here, and we're with you 2 hours this morning from 9 a.m. through 11 a.m. Central Time. And there's a link on the website to all of your instructors. And we have a call-in line if you'd like to call us. And we'll pay for the call, 866-582-9933, 866-582-9933. Justin is engineering the broadcast. Captain John Regan's with us. Welcome, Captain John Regan.
Good morning, Vincent.
Oh, you sound crystal clear. Is something different?
Well, I'm probably about 85% now, other than that.
That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, you sound pretty good. So how was your weekend?
Pretty good, a little on the short side, aren't they all?
Yeah, they keep doing that, to us. The weekends are short. Yeah, I was doing some tractor therapy, and I noticed I was very close to the woods, trimming and with our batwing mower. It's a batwing mower is what you see on the sides of the road, class. And those are those mowers that are generally triangular shaped, and they have these wings that hang out the side. They're 15 feet wide. And so I was trimming around the fields, mowing down these little saplings and thorn locusts that are popping up. And as I looked in the woods of all of our fields, the woods are sick. They are really, really sick. And it's not just ours. And I've mentioned this ad nauseum. I'm very, very concerned. And I was talking with one of our instructors, Joey. We were talking about the relationship to cell towers and trees dying. Now, here's the question I have for all of our class. What would you do if you found out that the cell towers, the electromagnetic radiation from all of these devices, cell phones, Wi-Fi, and all that, is causing the trees to die? What would you do? You might want to think about that, because you might have to do it. Interesting question, isn't it, John?
And it may not just be cell phone radiation, because we got the radiation coming from across the Pacific.
That's right. And tonight, I'll be at the meetup at Jimmy's Egg. I'm hosting tonight. Norm Shealy is making a special appearance. And we're going to be doing a study. And the study is about anxiety and stress. And he is going to, at no charge, to 12 of us, offer a participation where we'll see if we can reduce our anxiety through the use of sapphire crystals, which he will provide. And it'll be a blind study. And I've volunteered for it, so I'm one of the 12. So that starts tonight at Jimmy's Egg, 4:45 to 8 p.m. on Battlefield Road in Springfield, Missouri. And the information's on the website. So where would you like to start, John?
Well, let me do a couple of quick updates about the Hear the Watchman conference. One, if you want to attend in person, you really want to buy your ticket today. They're $99 for the 3-day weekend, and tomorrow it goes up to $149. So they're at that point where they have to give a pretty decent head count. So anything that comes in after today starts getting into additional expenses. Why you got that cutoff? It's just the nature of events.
Sure.
And we talked about the live stream option on Friday, and since then they've updated their website. It's not just live stream. You're going to have up to 10 days after the event to go back and look at everything. And right now you can sign up for the live stream, just $29 for all 3 days. That's a phenomenal price. And about a week before the event, they're going to raise that to $49. Still good, but $29 is even better. So I just wanted to give that update. And
okay, and Hear the Watchman conference is, you can find out more information by going to thefinancialstateoftheunion.com. Click on the news tab, and you'll see a link right at the top of the page that says Hear the Watchman. So thefinancialstateoftheunion.com, resources for today, February 29th. Hear the Watchman, March 18 to 20 in Dallas, Texas. Click on that. It'll take you right to Doug Hagman's webpage. And by the way, Doug Hagman will be on with us here at USA Prepares tomorrow. So tomorrow, Doug Hagman. And then I'm going to be on Doug Hagman's broadcast on Wednesday from, I think, 7 to 9 Central. So that ought to be fun. And if you'd like to meet John Regan, he'll be at the conference. And that's Dallas, Texas, March 18 through 20. And it's at the Hilton DFW Airport. Lakeside? Lake what? I can't read it.
It's covered up. There's one of the lakes there. So
yeah,
it's a beautiful area. It can be congested at times, but it starts at noon on Friday, so traffic's good there. And then, of course, the rest of the weekend. So for the attendees, it really shouldn't be too bad. And the schedule's been released, and I don't want to read through the whole thing, but the session number 5 on Saturday is Pastor Billy Crone, and his topic is drones, clones, and the AI invasion, which is things that we've talked about a lot here. Mm-hmm. And I think that one's going to be pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and there's some really neat individuals who'll be there. And, of course, Doug Hagman and Joe Hagman and John B. Wells, L.A. Marzulli.
And if you've never seen L.A. Marzulli live, it's a trip.
Yep. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. I'm going to try. Okay, where would you like to start?
Well, we covered the drought situation on Friday, but I just want to add one quick note. There's an article there. Haiti is having severe drought problems. So, another one to the list. And just want to point out it's not a problem just for the United States. It's a worldwide problem. And probably next week I'll talk a little bit about the Dust Bowl. We've got the Netflix DVD service, and I've seen disc 1 of a documentary that was on PBS. And while most of us probably, learned a little bit about the Dust Bowl in our history classes, it's much different when you're seeing pictures and videos and survivors of the event give their stories. Just reading about it in the history book just doesn't give it justice. That was a real horrific time for a number of people, especially in the panhandle of Oklahoma and Texas and that general region. And that really wasn't that long ago. It was in the 1930s. And that drought combined with the farming practices on land that really wasn't meant to be farmed was quite interesting.
Yeah, it was a lot of the Dust Bowl was caused by man, as I recall. The farming practices that we went through for, back in the started in the 20s, didn't it, John? The farming practices that led to the Dust Bowl, and the dust blew from Texas and Oklahoma and Kansas, and some of it landed here on our farm. And my reading tells me that the dust was felt all the way in Boston.
Right. At one point, it did make it to the East Coast.
I was talking with some farmers here a couple of years ago here in Missouri, and I was talking about cows per acre, how many cows per acre, and they're saying you need about 4 acres per cow. I said, really? And they said, there's no soil here. I said, really? Because when we were excavating for our house, we were digging down and we had 3 feet of topsoil in some spots. And they thought I was kidding. So I believe that the Dust Bowl blew some of the dust here on, in the Ozarks in this area, and it landed here and got trapped here. And we were the beneficiaries of some of this good soil. But we don't have, all of our farms not good soil, but some of it has some pretty good soil. And 3 feet of topsoil, they just couldn't believe it. And we can grow grass a little better than some other farmers can because we have more soil. They have more rocks. So it was a very serious time. And as a result of that, there are a bunch of farms here with tornado shelters. I believe it's a result of the Dust Bowl and the tornadoes. And there are shelters here that look like coffins. They're about 8 feet wide and 12 feet long. And they have a domed kind of a coffin lid on them. It's not a dome, but it's a curved lid. And what would be called like a cellar door. And that's two halves making the door. They meet in the middle, the two halves. And you flip them open and you run down the stairs and you pull the doors closed and you lock them. And they have some 4-inch air vents. That's it. That's the storm shelter. And they're all over our neck of the woods here in the Ozarks. And ours, I believe, says 1939 written at the top of it. So it was poured in 1939. At least that's what it says it was. Captain John Regan and I'll be right back. And I'm looking at the list. Great class today. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom, the number 106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
Attention citizens. This man has received national attention for accurately predicting every major financial trend, including the market crash of 2008. His name is Harry Dent, and in his newly released book, he is making even bigger and bolder predictions that have the potential to devastate the world economy and your personal wealth. You can get a free copy of Harry Dent's bestseller, The Demographic Cliff, containing never-before-published information by simply visiting www.harrydentresearch.com. Again, that's www.harrydentresearch.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, the Mineral Doctor. You've heard me talk about 90 for Life for years. 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 2 fatty acids. You may not know this, that I've actually designed Arthrodex for animals. That's right. Your pets need 90 for Life too. Get this essential pet product by calling 877-279-9422. That's 877-279-9422. Again, 877-279-9422.
Ted Anderson telling you about Jordan Rubin's Beyond Organic Green-Fed Raw Cheddar Artesian Cheese featuring whole milk created through ancient dairy breeding, unpasteurized, untreated whole milk on the same farm the cows graze, containing natural sources of omega-3s, CLA protein, calcium, probiotics, and enzymes. I have never tasted cheese this good, and you need to try it. Contact your longevity distributor or call 877-878-4203 or go to gcnteam.com.
This is Dan Pillett. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Class meetup tonight at Jimmy's Egg. Dr. Norman Shealy and I will be there. John Regan, back to you.
Now, let me do a little background on the first one in finance here. The FY 2015 report is out, and that's the financial report of the United States that I'm talking about. Back in 2009 is when I found out I was going to be laid off, and I, couldn't find any decent positions on the IT side. And because I didn't have a degree in accounting or finance on the business side, I was kind of stuck. So I used some veterans benefits to go back, and I enrolled in a Master of Science program in finance. And I was also originally attempting to get another 10 classes that I would need to be able to sit for the CPA exam. I ended up dropping that route. But that first session in the summer of 2009, I took a senior level accounting class, government and nonprofit accounting. And I had no idea how different accounting was for those entities. And there was a footnote in the textbook that talked about the financial report of the United States, which is how I found out about that. And you could say the rest is history. And that was, in a way, you could say a start to the financial State of the Union. And the Obama administration is actually a little early. They've been dragging their feet for the last several years and publishing the report in April. It used to come out in the December time frame, so to get it out in February is kind of like record time for them. I imagine that was for a couple of reasons. One, everybody is looking at the primaries, and after Tuesday, we may be down to our final two candidates. And I think another reason is that they just wanted to get it out of the way so they can concentrate on doing the most damage they can with the time they have left in office. Basically, it's the same thing, only worse. The government lists $3.2 trillion in total assets. That does not count the federally owned lands in the West, which is another story. But of those 3.2 trillion, 1.2 is student loans. And we all know that more and more people are having problems repaying that. So those assets probably aren't worth a whole heck of a lot, of course, since you cannot discharge those in bankruptcy. Maybe the government needs to add the value of those slaves to the financial report. And the liabilities, again, for those that have been listening to us, you understand that when they talk about the liabilities, or especially the unfunded liabilities of the social insurance programs, what's reported in the financial report is the present value, not what is actually going to be needed to pay that. So where you'll see a number that's for the next 75 years that's approaching $14 trillion, the real number that has to be paid out over those 75 years is over 200 trillion. So it's one of those things. First off, most people don't even know it exists. Then you have to know enough about how financial mathematics works to read beyond what's reported to understand what the real situation is. So I haven't had time to dig into the report yet, but I wanted to let everybody know it is available, and you can go online and enjoy it yourself, especially if you're suffering from insomnia.
As you were saying that, John, I was thinking about we wouldn't have present value, future value, even as a discussion item if we didn't have interest, compound interest, and inflation, would we?
And I don't know how you do that with a negative interest.
Yeah. Very interesting, very interesting. And these complexities are brought to us by people who want to keep us in the dark. There's no question in my mind about that. Bankers, politicians, lawyers. We'll be right back.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
Removing bad taste and odor from your drinking water is easy. Removing the bad stuff you don't taste is what ProPure does best. Water the way nature meant it to be. Clean, crisp, and refreshing. See the complete line of ProPure countertop, inline, gravity, and household water filtration products. Visit your authorized ProPure dealer or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com or call 800-544-3533.
It's about time something new came along for better selling and buying online. And I found it.
What now, Marge?
It's buysellmakeoffer.com.
Never heard of it.
It's a brand new company. That's why you've never heard of it. It's the newest and best way to sell any products online. I did all the research.
Sell my car?
Yes.
Our home?
Yep.
My golf bag?
Your golf clubs. All of them.
How about your purse collection hoard?
Hey, now.
You said any product.
Right. I did. We get 30 days free.
Really?
Packages starting from only $7.95. And buysellmakeoffer.com will never charge item fees ever. Never. And this is cool. Listen to this. You can even use Skype or video to show your items.
That's cool.
Yes. All we have to do is go to the website, sign up, and then load our stuff to sell. I love this site.
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. You got it?
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. Better selling, better buying.
No other network provides the level of customer service we do. When it comes to radio advertising, we are your one-stop shop. And no matter how big or small your business is, we can help. Email us at advertise@gcnlive.com, and an experienced advertising executive will help you take the first step towards driving more customers to your business or website. Advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective.
Is negative content or comments on the web affecting your personal or professional reputation? Unfavorable comments, embarrassing pictures, videos, legal documents, and negative articles can ruin your personal life, your career, or your business. It happens a lot, and it's just not fair. But what can you do? ReputationDefender.com can help protect your good name. Get a free consultation now. Call 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Call right now for a free expert reputation analysis. It's easy to squash the unfair attacks with our patented system, and the analysis is absolutely free. Make the best things about you jump out in searches. Protect your personal and professional reputation, your business, and your income. Get your free reputation analysis from ReputationDefender.com right now. Call 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Or visit ReputationDefender.com today.
Serious investors and traders want to make 81% return in 60 seconds? Use the same secret algorithm professional hedge fund managers use to make billions of dollars of profits. Turn $250 into $4,903 in just 7 clicks of a mouse. Our tool is so simple that my 82-year-old grandmother can use it to make insane stock market profits. Go to BigBuckRiches.com. Watch the free video before the hedge funds make us take it down. Go to BigBuckRiches.com. From the Robert Allen System, current returns not indicative of future results.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit GoBerkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey guy.
Captain John Reagan's with us. I'm at the financialstateoftheunion.com. News tab. Back to you, John.
Well, the Baltic Dry Index is up another couple of points today to 329. That's still horrifically low, but I ran across an item that, this really isn't going to help the index much. There are 360 new vessels about to be delivered. And what's been going on is last week, from when this was written, they scrapped 16 ships that totaled 1.6 million tons, averaging 100,000 tons per vessel. During the same time, there were 9 new deliveries, which added 730,000 tons for basically a net reduction of 1 million tons for 7 vessels. But the 360 dry bulk vessels equates to 37 million tons of new capacity, which is an increase of 5% at a time when the fleet already has too much capacity. So it's anybody hoping to see that go up anytime soon, the index is probably going to stay pretty depressed for some time. And I've got some additional.
John, don't you think it's simply about customers? Don't you need customers in order to sell products?
Yeah, that's the problem. It's both supply and demand, is that they expected this unrealistic growth rate, and especially with these large ships, it's such a lead time. You have to commit and start building them 2 or 3 years ahead of time. And when that demand drops off, now you've got too many ships in your existing fleet. You've got all these new ships that you're expecting to take the new capacity on. And at the same time, instead of having the demand that you did have, the demand has dropped off. So that gives you a larger gap between what there is to ship and all the vessels you have to ship with. And it's I don't think anybody is seeing a way out of this anytime soon.
I'm noticing prices of things that I need to buy are going up, and things that people don't really want are going down. So I'm seeing price increases and decreases. It's very, very interesting. Very interesting. And the good stuff is going really, really fast. Let me give you an example. Last night, there was an item advertised on the internet for sale. It was a fuel tank, an empty fuel tank. And I decided to call the guy. And it had only been posted for a couple days. And it was committed already. So things that people want that are good quality, expensive to begin with items, they're going very, very quickly. Another example is I was reading the internet and I saw what's called a track loader. A track loader is like a bulldozer, and I mentioned this last week, that there was one for sale, and it was $3,500. One way of looking at this is it was between 14 and 17 cents per pound. Think of buying a bulldozer for 14 to 17 cents a pound, depending on what it weighs in is and what kind of equipment it has on it. It's almost free. When you think about it, can you buy a used car for $3,500? Can you? Will it run uphill and downhill? It's hard to do that. Well, I agreed to purchase this track loader. Think of it like a bulldozer with a great big scoop. So you can do a lot of what a bulldozer can do with it, and you can also scoop with it, which you can't do with a bulldozer. You can't scoop dirt up with a bulldozer. You can just push it around. So I agreed to buy this thing, and within a very, very short time, there were 6 other people that wanted to buy it. And fortunately for us, the man who was selling it actually believed we would pay for it and take delivery, which we did. So we have it now. So I can trade a few cows for this track loader. And you mentioned a little over a month ago that in Texas, because of the oil bust, you could buy a $250,000 Caterpillar track loader for $52,000. It went for $52,000 at auction. Now that's a lot nicer than the one I have, but the one I have goes forward and backwards, and the bucket raises and lowers. So I'm pretty happy with it, and I can clear pasture and do a lot of things around the farm. And the point of it is, I think it will hold its value. And if I didn't think it would, I probably wouldn't have bought it. So some things are going inexpensively, and other things are going for a lot of money. I was talking with Joey this morning about that off the air, Joey in Michigan, one of our instructors, and we were talking about how things are disappearing quickly. So if it's good quality, it's used, it's available on Craigslist, and you think it's a good value, and you need it, you probably ought to get it, because if you wait, a day or 2 or 3, it'll probably be gone. That's the experience he's having. That's the experience I'm having. Things that are good quality are disappearing. So I just wanted to share that with you. And when we talk about gasoline, I've got a story about gasoline that involves our family.
Well, next up, the government revised the fourth quarter GDP up to a whopping 1.0%. And now keep in mind, this is the revised calculation. So to get it to where they used to calculate at, subtract about 3 points from that, so negative 2%. And that's probably closer to what reality is. And I've also got another report on eternal debt, and it talks about how debt increased over $8 trillion in Obama's first 7 years. And I did a little calculation on that. If that had been distributed evenly to every American household, that would have been over $66,000 per household. Of course, that didn't get down to the little people.
John, would you say that one more time? The debt would have been distributed, if evenly distributed, $66,000 per person or per household?
Per household.
Wow. That's during the Obama administration.
And we still have a year to go.
As I was doing tractor therapy yesterday, I was going around in circles. And one of the things that entered my mind was who voted for Obama and who voted for Obama twice. And I don't want anyone who's voted for Obama twice at my house. They're not my friend. They voted for a regime that is stealing from us every possible way. Liberties, finances, travel, every way you can think about it. And then I was thinking about the people who are insistent on voting for Hillary Clinton. That would be even worse than voting for Obama twice.
I've been listening to some of those people on the news, and they don't know what they're voting for. They voted for Obama simply because he had dark skin, just like they're going to vote for Hillary because she doesn't have a penis. It's ridiculous.
I was talking with a gal from, and she might even call in tomorrow. I did not see it, but evidently, when Donald Trump was in Las Vegas, this woman ran up on stage, and she loves Donald Trump. Well, I talked with her. I did not see it on the news, but she and I spent about 15 minutes on the phone. And Chad King, one of our instructors, knows her. And so the three of us were on the phone. And she said something unbelievable. She's a Latino. And she said, we want a white man in the White House. We want someone who's successful and someone who can get the job done. We want Donald Trump. I was floored. And as I look through the slate of candidates, there seems to be only one choice, and that is Donald Trump, in my opinion, because I absolutely, positively don't want a continuation of the Bush dynasty, the Clinton dynasty. I don't want any of these people who have been part of a former regime back in, or their family members. That's just the way I see it, John. They've stolen too much from us.
Snowden did a tweet. Our choices are either Trump or Goldman Sachs.
Yeah. What a brilliant tweet. That's right. And since you mentioned banking, I've got a little banking story to share with you. My credit card was shut down. And it was shut down at Jimmy's Egg. Can you imagine that? Here I am at the meetup, and UMB shuts my credit card down. And I'll tell you why. You won't believe why my credit card was shut down. We come back. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
I'm Nick Soboleski, a Select Quote agent with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a $300,000 group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and can't take it with him. Well, I impartially shopped the highly rated term life insurance companies we represent and found Ray, who is 41 and takes medication to control his cholesterol, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $26 a month. That's almost twice the coverage for less than half of what he had paid. If SelectQuote hasn't shopped for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 1-800-403-4885. That's 1-800-403-4885. 1-800-403-4885. Or go to SelectQuote.com. We shop, you save. Get full details in the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your price can vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Are you worried about your mom or dad living alone in their house? Hi, I'm Joan London. Listen, I know how difficult it is to find senior care for someone you love. That's why I recommend a free service called A Place for Mom. They are the nation's largest senior living referral service. Call A Place for Mom today.
To receive free information on senior living communities in your area, call A Place for Mom at 1-800-704-6182.
A Place for Mom offers free one-on-one advice from local advisors and a personalized list of senior living communities you can visit. If you have questions about senior care for your mom or dad, there's a place for answers, A Place for Mom.
Call A Place for Mom in the next 10 minutes to get your free ebook on financing senior care as well as free information on senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-704-6182. That's 1-800-704-6182.
Are you looking to sell body armor? Want to make extra money selling body armor at your local gun shows? With low minimum buys and great returns, Katie Armor is the answer. Make money in your spare time. It's American-made body armor with the quickest turnaround in the industry, which means you get your product when you need it at very competitive rates. And they'll ship it to you for free. If you own a business, give them a call today at 855-488-KATIE. That's 855-488-2284. Or go to katiearmor.com. Come and take it.
It's about time something new came along for better selling and buying online. And I found it.
What now, Marge?
It's buysellmakeoffer.com.
Never heard of it.
It's a brand new company. That's why you've never heard of it. It's the newest and best way to sell any products online. I did all the research.
Sell my car?
Yes.
Our home?
Yep.
My golf bag?
Your golf clubs. All of them.
How about your purse collection hoard?
Hey, now.
You said any product.
You're right. I did. We get 30 days free.
Really?
Packages starting from only $7.95. And buysellmakeoffer.com will never charge item fees ever. Never. And this is cool. Listen to this. You can even use Skype or video to show your items.
That's cool.
Yes. All we have to do is go to the website, sign up, and then load our stuff to sell. I love this site.
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. You got it?
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. Better selling, better buying.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Okay, class. So here it goes. So I was traveling out of state, and I wanted to buy some light bulbs for someone because this person was using compact fluorescent light bulbs in their kitchen and other parts of the house. So I bought 3 packages of 4 light bulbs, 12 light bulbs. And the only place that had them that I could find when I was traveling was a Dollar General store. And I went to swipe my card, and this was about, maybe $10, $12. My card was declined. Well, a little embarrassing. And so I used another card, and everything was fine. The card I used was processed by UMB Financial Corporation. UMB Financial Corporation, Kansas City, Missouri. And on the front of it, it says Casey's General Store. So it's an affinity card issued by UMB Financial. It says Casey's General Store on the front. My favorite credit card. It used to be. So then I went to buy some food at a supermarket while I was traveling, and that got declined as well. So I called UMB, and I was livid, absolutely livid. And I said, you know what? I'm traveling. You guys shut me down. I'm not happy about this. What are you going to do about it? Well, I ultimately got to talk to an assistant vice president, and they said, okay, I'm so sorry. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to fix it, and you shouldn't have any problems. Get back to Missouri, go to Jimmy's Egg, and Mike Hicks. Mike Hicks has been on the air with us here at USA Prepares. He's one of our instructors, and so I had something very small to eat, and 80% of the bill was a tip, and 20% was the food. It was just a very small platter. And so the bill was $12. Okay. Mike comes over to me, shows me the transaction slip. It says declined. And that's that UMB credit card. And then, so we get a call from UMB Financial Corporation, and I called them back, and so they said they wanted the telephone number that we're calling from, and they wanted my name, and I said, it's like, hi, this is, and I'm just using the name Crystal. Hi, this is Crystal. May I have your name and the phone number they're calling from, or that we called? And I said, okay. So I said, my name is Vincent. And I said, are you going to ask me for identification? She said, yes. And I said, okay, well, first is this recorded? Yes. Good. I need to know your name, Crystal. Well, I can't give you my name. I can only give you my first name and my operator ID. I said, okay, it's not going to work. I'm going to need to talk to somebody else. May I speak to a supervisor? I get transferred to supervisor number 1. And supervisor number 1 says the same thing. I can't give you my last name. I said, well, we can't, we're wasting time. So if you can't tell me who you are, I am certainly not going to tell you my financial information, nor who I am. And I get transferred to supervisor number 2 at my request, and same thing. And I said, you're lying to me. You're absolutely lying to me. There's nothing that says you can't give me your name. You're lying to me. So I accuse this person of lying. And I'm getting very firm in my discussion. I asked for the highest ranking officer, and I get to talk to this gal who's the highest ranking officer. And I said, now, in order for us to continue, I'm going to need to know your first name and your last name. And she gave me her first name and last name. Oh, you know what I want? I forgot one thing. One thing I said when I was talking to one of these supervisors, they said, I need your first and last name. I said, okay, Vincent, 1234. That's my operator code, 1234. I'm authorized to give you my operator code as 1234. They said, I can't help you unless I have your full name. I said, well, if you can't give me your name, we're getting nowhere. Bottom line is, these banks are demanding things from us. So here's what I said. I'm going to call Casey's MasterCard. I'm going to tell them what you guys are doing, because when I look at this card and you shut me down, I don't think of UMB first, UMB Financial. I think of Casey's. And when I think of Casey's, other people think of Casey's, and they think Casey's is mean. And it's not Casey's, it's UMB Financial. Now, here's what shut my card down. You're not going to believe it. I have a subscription so I can talk to Werner Bach in north of Maine, just outside of United States and Canada. It's $2.99. Microsoft Skype hammered my account 13 times to make the transaction try to go through, and UMB shut me down for $2.99 from Skype. I didn't even do it. Can you imagine that? UMB, the worst financial organization I can think of. My opinion. I hope they sue me. We'll be right back after top of the hour news and commercial announcements. UMB Financial. If your credit card is issued or processed by them, I suggest you consider looking someplace else. Captain John Regan, I'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
We all know that Berkey water purification systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water filtration systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't take on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Everyone all set? Cocked? Locked? Here we go. Hour number 2 of USAPrepares.com. Captain John Regan's with us. John Regan, during hour number 1, I was talking about UMB Financial Corporation based in Kansas City, Missouri, and how they shut my credit card down at Jimmy's Egg at the meetup last Monday, and they shut it down so I couldn't buy light bulbs, incandescent light bulbs, at a Dollar General store and food at a supermarket when I was traveling. And I was talking to these representatives who will not give out their last names. And they're hiding. I said, you must be hiding from something to be so afraid that you're afraid to use your name when you talk to someone, one of your customers. And they said, we're not allowed to. And I said to this guy, you're lying to me. You are lying. And I found out from a higher ranking officer of the bank that during a transfer of that call, that yes, they are allowed to give their name. Of course they're allowed to give their name. It's just that they're hiding. So there's a reason why I'm mentioning this. And that is, you know, when you deal with these people that give you a hard time, like these government operatives, like these government employees, and some people might say, well, they're just the little people. They're the little ones, and you know, it's their job. Well, they choose that job. They choose that job, and they choose to give you a hard time. And they may say it's policy. Well, it's my policy to resist being beaten up by these minions. Well, so the charge was $2.99 from Skype, Skype, owned by Microsoft now, hammered my credit card account 13 times. That's what the bank told me, 13 times. And that got my credit card shut down. Microsoft hammering my account 13 times shuts it down. Now, would you think that if someone actually looked at this transaction, they'd say, well, it's Skype, it's $2.99. What's the big deal? Are we really going to shut down a customer of about 10 years for $2.99 plus tax? Are we really going to do that? Well, UMB will. UMB Financial will. So I don't think I want to deal with that financial organization anymore. And so was I embarrassed with Mike Hicks at our instructor when I gave him my credit card to at the last meetup last Monday? Of course I was. Of course I was. Well, I'm here to tell you we didn't do it. We didn't do it. And UMB Financial tells us that people will do these small transactions and they seem suspicious, so they'll shut the credit card down for these small transactions. So why would I want to deal with a company who will shut my credit card down over $2.99 plus tax? Why would I want to deal with them? I can't think of any reason. So I need to change all these payments and dump UMB Financial. An absolutely miserable, miserable organization to work with. And I talked to 3 of these people, and they said to me, Mr. Finelli, your life would be a lot less complicated, be a lot easier if you just tell us when you're traveling. And I said, I don't even know you. I don't know you, and why would I tell you when I'm traveling? I don't know you. Even if I did know you, I wouldn't tell you when I'm traveling. It's none of your business when I'm traveling. So right now I'm looking at this stock quote. UMB is down 1.33%. Keep driving that price down. UMB, drive it down to 0. They don't deserve to exist based on the way they treat their customers, based on my personal experience. John Regan, back to you.
Yeah, and just wait until we go to a cashless society and you're declared dead.
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. Our credit cards get shut down. It's only Casey's. It's only the ones that are with Casey's General Store that give us problems. I'm sorry, I like Casey's, but I don't like the financial transaction provider, nor the previous one that got us shut down. And I complained so much to Casey's that they changed to these thugs, UMB. And that's my opinion. I hope they come after me. I really do. I hope they say that I'm saying mean things about them, because I'll expose them even more. It's just the tip of the iceberg. And, I don't have trouble with any of our other credit cards. I don't. None. It's only the ones that are tied to Casey's General Store. And it's not Casey's. It's they allow their processors, their credit card processors, to have a really sensitive threshold for fraud. And whatever their algorithm is that they think fraud might be, that shuts your card down. Now imagine you're traveling. Imagine you only had one credit card in your wallet glass. And you're traveling and you're going to put fuel in your tank so you can get back home. Or you can get there. Imagine using that credit card. And having it shut down because you bought a subscription to Microsoft and Microsoft hammered your credit card. Or you had 2 transactions that, in a short amount of time for the same amount of money. Like you wanted to buy 2 of a unit and you say, oh, let me get one. I'll tell you what, let me get another one. Well, we just rang up the first one. Okay, well, can you ring up the second one? And it'll ring up the second amount, the same as the first amount, and that looks like a fraudulent transaction and they shut your card down for that too. That's happened to me too. Do you think I'd like it going out to dinner with Rick Miller and Matt Stein and Joey and our instructors, Ed Marvini and all the other instructors that we hang out with, and we go to an event and we all hang out together and we go to pay our meal and the waitress comes back and says, "Hey, Mr. Finelli, I'm so sorry. Your credit card has been declined." I mean, it's annoying and it's embarrassing. And who needs it? Who needs it? UMB Financial. Horrible, horrible in my experience to deal with. Okay, John, I think we've helped them all we can today.
Well, I'll see if I can push your buttons in other ways. Let's skip down to the last article in Financial because I really want to get to spy tech and control.
Okay.
cash run is what I have the link entitled. The title on the article is "The Global Run on Physical Cash Has Begun. Why It Pays to Panic First." And if you scroll down a little bit, there's a bar chart that shows the currency in circulation, excluding $100 bills, total currency in circulation, and the total deposits in checking and savings accounts. So when you look at the blue bar, which is the total deposits, compared to the total currency in circulation, and this is where bank runs can happen the way things are now, there's only about $1 in real money, well, real fake money, the stuff that you can hold in your hand, as opposed to what's in deposit accounts. So it's either the first 10% win, or you get 10 cents on the dollar. Well,
John, the threat that we are under for depositing and withdrawing cash from the bank has made us timid about it. You know that? It really has. I do it anyway.
And if they take the $100 bill out of circulation, which we talked about last week, how much of the total of currency in circulation is the $100 bill, instead of being able to get $1 for $10 in the bank, it goes down to about 20 cents worth. But first, they're going to have to get us off cash before they can do the negative interest rates. They learned that lesson in Japan. And so that could be one of the false flags that we have coming up, where they say that it's just too dangerous to have cash. Terrorists use it. It carries disease. So for your health and safety, we have to do away with cash.
And in this line of thinking, John, I mentioned the little people who were on the phone at the bank, UMB, and I mentioned supervisors. I want to make sure I'm kind of clear on this. So I asked to talk to a supervisor. Now, when you get pulled over by the police, you can ask to talk to a supervisor. When they ask you for identification at Walmart or Lowe's or wherever you shop, they want ID. Ask for a supervisor. Now, here's why. This. Now, it's going to slow everything down, and that's part of the reason I'm suggesting you consider doing this. When you ask for a supervisor, the employee is saying, "Oh man, they're asking for the boss. The boss is going to think worse of me." Right. That's exactly right. The boss is going to think worse because the supervisor had to get involved because the low-level minion couldn't handle it. Okay, so now we have a supervisor involved. Now, if you tie up the supervisor's time and they have to get more supervisors, that will cost the company more. So they're going to look at this and say, you know what? These little people can't do the job. We have to have supervisors. So we're going to have to change something. So maybe we ought to be nicer to our customers so they don't keep asking for supervisors. So if you get pulled over by the cops, ask for a supervisor. If you get stopped at Walmart for ID, ask for a supervisor. Just keep and go all the way up to the top level employee you can go to. Just tie everybody up. Ask them for why they do it, and make sure you fully understand why. Okay, you don't have to agree, but just understand why they do it, and make them explain it to you in front of everybody, and tie everybody up, and be that what would you call it? Gum in the works. Because they are messing us up. They are the gum in our works. They're holding us up. So let's give them a dose of their own medicine. I think that's what we have to do. John, do you find logic in that?
Yeah, there is. I try to ignore it as much as I can because we are so short on time. We need to be paying attention to getting our ducks in a row. We're not going to be able to fix the system before things crash.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And you feel that the crash is pretty close?
Yeah, like I say, I'm going to see if I can get those numbers recalculated. It was about a year ago when I did the calculation for the Get Prepared Expo, and all I can tell you is I know just from one part of the equation, it's much worse.
Yeah, I got a call from RK Prepper Shows, and they've invited me to spend a year with them on the road, and I'll be teaching seminars around the country. We'll be right back. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration system and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
We use mobile devices right against our bodies every day, but growing scientific evidence has emerged showing serious health risks associated with exposure to EMF radiation emitted from these devices. The solution is Defender Shield, the most effective mobile radiation shielding ever developed. Defender Shield blocks virtually 100% of EMF radiation from cell phones, tablets, and laptops, and starts at just $64.99. Buy now at DefenderShield.com. For 10% off, use promo code GCN. DefenderShield.com, the worldwide leader in mobile radiation shielding.
Are you sneezing, coughing, and aching? Do you have a sore throat, a fever, or the sniffles? There's no reason to be sick this cold and flu season with immune system support from Supernatural Silver. Supernatural Silver can give your body the help it needs to fight off harmful pathogens without hurting beneficial gut flora and without leaving behind resistant bacteria. Antibiotics can damage good microflora and often leave behind bacteria which can cause problems later on. If you're sick of being sick, try Supernatural Silver. Supernatural Silver, the #1 choice of thousands for a safe and effective way to protect against the many diseases and illnesses that we are facing today. Go to supernaturalsilver.com, read our customer reviews, and see the life-changing results that people are having. That's supernaturalsilver.com. Supernaturalsilver.com. Use the promo code PROTECTED for 20% off your entire order. And like us on Facebook. Supernatural Silver.
Are you looking to sell body armor? Want to make extra money selling body armor at your local gun shows? With low minimum buys and great returns, Katie Armor is the answer. Make money in your spare time. It's American-made body armor with the quickest turnaround in the industry, which means you get your product when you need it at very competitive rates. And they'll ship it to you for free. If you own a business, give them a call today at 855-488-KATIE. That's 855-488-2284. Or go to katiearmor.com. Come and take it.
Just got off the phone with Dr. Richard Allen Miller, and it looks like Matt Stein, Rick Miller, and I are going to be traveling together doing seminars around the country at the RK Prepper shows. They were called, I was called, and it looks like it's going to happen. And we'll keep you posted. So Rick will be teaching, Matt will be teaching, and I'll be teaching at the RK Prepper shows. Captain John Regan's with us. Mark in Nebraska, welcome.
Hi, this is Mark. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, I'd like to read a scripture. Is that all right? In the book of Daniel.
How long is it?
It's not very long. It'll be real quick. It says...
Okay, I've got the delete button. Go ahead.
Okay. It says, in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up an everlasting kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to another people, but it shall break in pieces and bring to an end all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. And I believe that this kingdom, this fifth kingdom that Daniel's talking about, is the United States of America, which is called the kingdom of heaven, and it's called the New Jerusalem. And I see that, I know that Satan is the prince and power of the air, but I see the transition that's going on in our nation. It's going on all over the world. I see Jesus working behind the scenes, and he's moving, he's destroying kingdoms, he's tearing down the kingdoms of Mystery Babylon, Babylon the Great, and he's bringing his kingdom into existence. And I really think all these things are really part of his plan, and he's just using all these people to do it.
John?
We could get into a big discussion in prophecy, but I'm not sure the United States is that, but we do know who wins in the end.
Yeah, and there's a scripture here about iron, brass, clay, silver, and gold. And the first kingdom was the Nebuchadnezzar's Babylon, and the gold was a gold standard. And that was the international platform for all trading was gold. And it's listed as the last one in the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 45. And so that's the last system that has to be torn down is gold and silver. And it says in the book of James that, you're going to throw your gold and silver into the street because it ain't going to be worth nothing.
And I've kind of made that point too. If we go grid down, gold and silver really don't have value. It's food and water.
Yeah, and the other thing is that if you go back to 1973, the United Kingdom got rid of their gold, or they might have put it underground, and the United States put their gold, hid their gold underground. So why are the kingdoms? What's happening? Why are they getting rid of their gold? Why are they hiding it underground in big vaults?
That's a little part of the picture we don't have access to.
Okay,
you can probably get into the deep underground bases as well. There's a lot of interesting things, and we get just bits and pieces because we're not the insiders.
Well, I do believe the scripture gives us the insight. I would just advise everybody to read 2 Daniel because it really does explain that America is that fifth kingdom which shall not be destroyed and it shall never end. And so it's called the New Jerusalem, the kingdom of heaven on earth. I want to thank you for your program, and thank you, Vincent, and thank you for your
You're
guest.
welcome.
Have a good day.
You're welcome. Hey, thank you so much, Mark.
Bye-bye.
Okay, John. Back to you.
Okay. Start down the SpyTech route. Pixel Tattletale is up first. Google has artificial intelligence that can pinpoint where any picture was taken just by looking at the pixels. Now, your phone, when you take a picture, will embed the coordinates in the metadata. But even if you strip that out, this new program can figure out where the image was taken. This is outside, of course. It doesn't, know inside all the buildings. But you combine this with something else that we learned, I think a couple of years ago, that each lens has its own imperfection. So once they identify that imperfection, tie it to the person, not only can they tell where the picture was taken, but who took it. And that's if you strip out the metadata.
Now, does that assume that they have access to the defects in the lenses, or are there going to be lens criteria, lens defects, lens information stored in a database that will allow them to do it from all the lenses that are manufactured, kind of like what happens with bullets?
We'll talk about that when we get back.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today. Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Sling bow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug-out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of sling bow. A new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 Pain Hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
No other network provides the level of customer service we do. When it comes to radio advertising, we are your one-stop shop. And no matter how big or small your business is, we can help. Email us at advertise@gcnlive.com, and an experienced advertising executive will help you take the first step towards driving more customers to your business or website. Advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective.
You haven't experienced yogurt until you've tried a Mossy, embodying health and flavor in a true whole milk, green-fed dairy beverage. Every sip pays homage to our old world cows and the ancient culturing methods their milk benefits from. With over 30 probiotics, a Mossy's undeniably nutritious, refined, cultured sensation bolsters your health and awakens your passion for dairy. A Mossy's so good, and you need to try it. Contact your longevity distributor or call 877-878-4203 or go to gcnteam.com.
Ted Anderson telling you about Jordan Rubin's Beyond Organic Green-Fed Raw Cheddar Artesian Cheese featuring whole milk created through ancient dairy breeding, unpasteurized, untreated whole milk on the same farm the cows graze, containing natural sources of omega-3s, CLA protein, calcium, probiotics, and enzymes. I have never tasted cheese this good, and you need to try it. Contact your longevity distributor or call 877-878-4203 or go to gcnteam.com.
Attention USA Prepares listeners. When you're on the road or have limited data or Wi-Fi, now you can listen to USA Prepares unfiltered and untapped at no extra charge on this non-federal phone number, 1-605-477-3249. Try it now to listen to USA Prepares 24/7 at no extra cost or data charges. These are not on federal lines. These are lines located on Indian reservations off the grid. Call 1-605-477-3249. No smartphones or internet needed. To hear USA Prepares untapped and off the grid, just call 1-605-477-3249.
It's about time something new came along for better selling and buying online. And I found it.
What now, Marge?
It's buysellmakeoffer.com.
Never heard of it.
It's a brand new company. That's why you've never heard of it. It's the newest and best way to sell any products online. I did all the research.
Sell my car?
Yes.
Our home?
Yep.
My golf bag?
Your golf clubs. All of them.
How about your purse collection hoard?
Hey, now.
You said any product.
Right. I did. We get 30 days free.
Really?
Packages starting from only $7.95. And buysellmakeoffer.com will never charge item fees ever. Never. And this is cool. Listen to this. You can even use Skype or video to show your items.
That's cool.
Yes. All we have to do is go to the website, sign up, and then load our stuff to sell. I love this site.
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. You got it?
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. Better selling, better buying.
Captain John Regan's with us, and John, we were talking about images that we can post on the websites and so forth, and Google has a way of telling where they came from. Just as a thought going into this, whenever I post an image on the website, regardless of where what I use to take the image, I will then take it, strip out the as much of the photo as I can, as much of the surroundings as possible, and just concentrate on the subject rather than the surroundings of the subject. And I will put the image into an old version of Microsoft Paint, and then I will save it out of Paint as another type of file, and then I'll post it on the internet. So I try to prevent the metadata from going from my image onto the internet. Will that help or not?
It might, but most people don't go through those gyrations. And when it comes to the unique fingerprints of the lenses, think of all the social media sites, Facebook and others, where people post pictures to. Mm-hmm. So, in essence, you are self-identifying the pictures that you've taken and what the fingerprint is of the device that you're currently using. So it really doesn't take a whole lot for them to marry up that fingerprint with this new AI that identifies the location, and it can easily put the two together.
And do you remember reading anything about laser printers having a unique identifier, very much like a phone does, so that if you print a page with a laser printer, forensics can figure out what laser printer that came from, and if you've registered your particular laser printer with the manufacturer, they can bring it right back down to you. So if you print with a laser, some kind of information that's considered worthy of investigation, that the forensics can figure out in many cases who printed it based on the laser printer, the warranty registration, and so forth.
Now, this was over a decade ago.
Right.
I found out that any color printer will print in yellow the unique identifier for the printer. So if you use like a UV light on it, you can read it. And that was to combat counterfeits. And it may also explain if you go through yellow ink quicker than your other colors, with probably black accepted, that'd be a part of the factors, because every page is going to have that yellow on it.
Okay, so for sure it's color, and I believe well, maybe it's just color, but I thought all printers had these dots that could be very, very small dots that could figure out what printer printed it. We'll do a little more research on that.
I have to check out just monochrome, but
yeah. And class, if you have any information you'd like to share with us, give us a call. 866-582-9933. 866-582-9933. Okay, back to you, John.
Okay, next up, invisible virus. And what they've discovered is the flu's invisibility cloak. There's a protein that hides the virus from the immune system, allowing it to spread before the body fights back. And I read that, and my first thought is, good grief, they weaponize that. They add that protein to whatever pathogen they want to, and we're screwed.
I was talking with many of our instructors over the last couple of weeks, all over the country, even outside the country. People are hacking and coughing, and family members are sick. John, something's going on, and it's all over. I mean, it's just not local to one particular area. It's all over, and people just can't shake this thing. They're coughing and hacking and it really weakens their ability to do almost everything. I can't imagine having a job and listening to this coughing and hacking going on, at the workplace. It wouldn't work.
And next up, we've talked about the brain modem before. It's a DARPA project. Well, the next step has been completed, and they have successfully installed these brain modems in animals. And the next step, of course, will be humans. One of the issues they have to overcome is that there's a tremendous amount of data, because apparently it sounds like these modems will stream other things in your brain besides just you're controlling whatever it is you're trying to control. So they have to have the hardware and software available to handle that volume of data. So once they are successful at this, besides the cyborg soldiers you get to create with this, think of how they can hack your brain for any information whatsoever. There will be no privacy.
Yeah, Rick Miller's talking about that. I just got off the phone with him during the break. He's very concerned about these things, as many of us are.
And under the control section, trash police. This is out of Seattle, where the trash collectors will be inspecting residents' trash and fining them if they find food waste. Now, this has been going on in the UK, and they've also got sensors in their trash bins over there. So just add the Internet of Things on top of this. You have the sensors in the fridge that knows what all food's there. You have the sensors on the kitchen counter, so they basically know what's going into all the preps. They'll know who's there eating, and they'll know what leftovers are put back in the fridge, and then anything that goes into the trash. The Internet of Things, the total control society. Boy, that's what really disturbing, and I'm not sure how we stop it, because we'd have to get the people to wake up enough to replace the politicians and change the laws and regulations just to stop it within a country. And that doesn't include the spying that can be done by other countries.
John, I don't think wasting food is a good thing. I mean, I was taught not to do that, and it bothers me when people come to our farmhouse and they waste food, and when they do, I mean, if they help themselves and then they throw away, what's on their plate, I try not to invite them back. Seriously, why would I want them to come over to my place and waste my money? Why would I want them to do that? So I don't want them coming back. So from that perspective, I don't like wasting food, and we try very hard not to waste it. Now, sometimes we'll make something that just absolutely doesn't taste palatable at all, and sometimes mistakes are made, and you throw the food away. And even so, I don't like doing that. But I don't like the fact that the government is going to spy on what we throw away. Now, I think this whole thing can be fixed with education at the elementary school level, okay, and at that age, not necessarily by the government teaching our children, but at the age of elementary school level, we can teach young people, about not wasting anything in recycling and those kinds of things. However, I have a feeling that people are going to turn to alternative methods of getting rid of the food rather than being fined for it. So what are they going to do with it? They're going to flush it down the toilet. They're going to push it down the drain. They're going to throw it out the window.
No, they're
or they're going to dump it on the neighbors.
They're supposed to compost
Well, I agree.
in Seattle.
I agree. And that's what we do. I mean, all the potato peels and eggshells and coffee grounds and all that goes into the compost pile. That's what we do. We make a deliberate effort to do that because it's good for the garden. So it's back to education. So why did the city council that approved this measure with a 9-0 vote not say, you know what, let's start with education? They don't do that because they're interested in revenue. And that's the Seattle trash police, right? They're going to be enforcing this.
Right.
I can't think of anything the government does that they get right. Not one thing.
No, they
So
do
what
a
would
good
you-
job
what
of
would you-
messing up people's lives, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Including Mike Parsons, who's in jail still. And they're starving him. They're literally starving him. And we're going to expose the thugs who are doing that and the criminals, the non-imprisoned criminals who have been part of destroying or attempting to destroy Mike Parsons and his wife's life. Okay, what's next?
Now let's go down to the health section and talk about another one of your favorite topics, fluoride. The FDA has actually come out to ban PFCs, which is a fluoride compound that's used in a variety of ways, including takeout food containers, nonstick cookware, and pizza boxes. However, they're still allowing fluoride in public water supplies. Don't try to make sense out of it. It's the government.
You know, John, the one thing that I have not been successful, we have not been successful in fighting is fluoride. We can't seem to fix that. We've tried for years. And the only thing that we've been successful in doing is getting me off the air. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
It's about time something new came along for better selling and buying online. And I found it.
What now, Marge?
It's buysellmakeoffer.com.
Never heard of it.
It's a brand new company. That's why you've never heard of it. It's the newest and best way to sell any products online. I did all the research.
Sell my car?
Yes.
Our home?
Yep.
My golf bag?
Your golf clubs. All of them.
How about your purse collection hoard?
Hey, now.
You said any product.
Right. I did. We get 30 days free.
Really?
Packages starting from only $7.95. And buysellmakeoffer.com will never charge item fees ever. Never. And this is cool. Listen to this. You can even use Skype or video to show your items.
That's cool.
Yes. All we have to do is go to the website, sign up, and then load our stuff to sell. I love this site.
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. You got it?
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. Better selling, better buying.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit goberkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products, most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at goberkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. goberkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
My dad was 59 when he collapsed from a heart attack late last year. Just this past August was when we spread his ashes on the St. Croix River. I loved my dad, but boy was he stubborn. He hadn't been to the doctor in over 25 years. His excuse? He simply couldn't afford it. He wasn't a rich man by any means. At less than $107 per month, libertyoncall.org would have been the perfect alternative for my father. Don't wait. Go to libertyoncall.org right now, for not just your sake, but for the sake of your loved ones. Again, that's libertyoncall.org.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Captain John Regan's with us, the financialstateoftheunion.com. Class, if you'd like to follow the links, just go to the financialstateoftheunion.com. Click on the news tab, and you'll be able to see the articles that we're talking about in class today. John, back to you.
Let's go to the preparedness section. And I hate to tell you, but it looks like we're going to run out of time again.
I knew that would happen.
The first link, we have two rubber problems, and the article does not talk about one. It's one we have talked about some time ago. In a preparedness mindset, we've got a rubber problem. Think about how many rubber items we use. When you look at vehicles, you've got tires and belts and hoses. Inside the house, you've got rubber washers for your faucets. You might have rubber gloves instead of putting your hands directly into hot water.
Hoses that connect the washing machine to the plumbing. I mean, that's just one little hose, okay, or two.
And these rubber items wear out, and the problem with having replacements on hand, if they just sit around, they dry rot. So it's a challenge just from that point of view. However, we've now got a second problem. There's a chemical that's used in rubber manufacturing that it is now on the may cause cancer list and may make it to the does cause cancer list. And it's in a variety of products, from condoms to baby pacifiers, basically anything that's rubber. So,
right. And let's talk about the very small, fine particles of rubber that are entering the air from the truck and the tires of the automobiles in front of you on the highway. So you're traveling along, those tires are wearing out, little tiny microscopic particles of rubber are becoming airborne, and you're inhaling them while you're in traffic and traveling down the highways and byways. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
And before we run out of time, The second one is it's about the seed, and it's a really good article. It's too long for us in the time we have left, but there is one point I'd like to bring up. And of course, seed saving is a critical skill coming up, and learn it while you still have time to learn. But the loss of diversity in seeds is amazing. It talks about in the 80 years between 1903 and 1983, and of course that's more than 30 years ago now. We lost 93% of the variety in our food seeds, and examples given here, they went from 497 varieties of lettuce to 36, 288 varieties of beets to 17, and 307 varieties of sweet corn to 12. And when you get into these monocultures, where they're using basically the same seed on all the farms, just one disease can cause massive damage. And this gets back to the Irish potato famine, because they had the monoculture of that potato. That disease wiped out the crop and basically caused a famine. So it's a nice article. If you have internet access, you might want to take a read, and it's also got a video attached to it.
408 varieties of tomatoes down to 79. Unbelievable.
And the same thing with apples. There used to be a whole lot more apple varieties than we have today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And as a result of you bringing this up, John, I'm going to call Mike Knox of White Harvest Seed and invite him to come back on the air with us and talk about saving seeds. He's done it in the past. He's done it many times at meetups, at the Get Prepared Expo, and on the radio, and we'll need to have him come back and teach us how to do it again, because you just don't take the seeds and put them on a paper towel and let them dry out. Sometimes you have to do a little bit more than that. And what seeds do you save? We'll teach that. I'll call Mike Knox and we'll have him on the air. We'll make sure that we get that information out. It's critical. You're absolutely right. Captain John Regan, thank you so much for all your hard work. Thank you for being with us. And you'll be with us on Wednesday as well with Dr. Norman Shealy. Class, above all, honesty and integrity. What happens next is up to you. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration system and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
It's about time something new came along for better selling and buying online. And I found it.
What now, Marge?
It's buysellmakeoffer.com.
Never heard of it.
It's a brand new company. That's why you've never heard of it. It's the newest and best way to sell any products online. I did all the research.
Sell my car?
Yes.
Our home?
Yep.
My golf bag?
Your golf clubs. All of them.
How about your purse collection hoard?
Hey, now.
You said any product.
Right. I did. We get 30 days free.
Really?
Packages starting from only $7.95. And buysellmakeoffer.com will never charge item fees ever. Never. And this is cool. Listen to this. You can even use Skype or video to show your items.
That's cool.
Yes. All we have to do is go to the website, sign up, and then load our stuff to sell. I love this site.
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. You got it?
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. Better selling, better